Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're hopping back into Garden of Good and Evil, a multiplayer Let's Play, and I'm playing the nation Ermor. I've got 3 turns I can do for you. I had to go on a work trip, so every time I go on a work trip, uh, I can't record any of the turns I play. So I'm gonna hopefully get all 3 of these recorded today. And if I'm quick, I'll do it in one episode. Here we go. Okay, a message from Asphodel. Well, I still have large armies for now. I won't do anything. I'll tell you before I move. But know this, I will figure out a way to deal with your unholy knights. Forest of Asphodel. From Ryleh. You have tempted Nazca into attacking us, but this will not aid you. The fact that you have to weasel and brown nose to get such petty advantages proves your unstable position. Which is really funny, like, I haven't been brown nosing. It's actually kind of an annoying thing. Some people play Ermor. Okay, if you have Ermor in a game you're playing, there's 3 categories of Ermor players. There's people who legitimately don't know how to play Ermor, and they do really bad builds. If that's the case, then Ermor's actually extremely weak, or they're pretty weak with the bad bless. Like, with no bless, they're weak. So you could do something like with an Awake SC and make it really good. You're going to be a really bad Ermor, right? So anyway, there's that category. There's Ermor players who have a strong build, whether they're good or not. And then we'll tell everyone that, hey, don't worry, I'm like not good at this, or I won't put things near you, or we can be friends. And nobody really believes them, but also nobody really wants to fight Ermor. I'll just say that's not what I've been doing. I've been telling the whole world I'm going to kill them all, basically since turn 1, partially since this is a role-playing game. But I also believe, like, when doing diplomacy in multiplayer, especially if you see some of the same people in multiple games, it's way better to be honest about diplomacy. Usually there's times in a game when it makes sense to work together, and then there's times when it doesn't. And if you can be honest about it, then I think it gives you more credibility in the long term, and then you also don't look like an idiot in the game you're in. Like, if I was telling everybody, don't worry, I'll be nice. It's like, yeah, whatever. This is not what you want to see. A bunch of mind hunts. Okay, so he managed to resist an attack. 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 Oh, caught somebody scrying. That means he was going to mind hunt my capital. Boom! Gotcha, bitch. Alright. We had a Blackhawk battle. These freaking Blackhawks. This is actually a really good province, too. Ryleh's a good player. I was talking to him offline, and he was saying he's not that great of a player. He's kind of okay. He's actually a good player. So he's always pretty smart about where he puts troops. And like, he knows this is a high-value province. He comes and raids in my little crappy lands, but really he's always trying to keep these 2 high-value provinces from me. So yeah, this is how things are shaping up right now. What else? We found a magic site. We like these magic sites. We found an ancient temple. This is really good because it gives a pearl, but further, if you're the nation Ermor and you put an archbishop on top of it, then you will get a normal temple in addition. So that is a super good thing if you're, and I think it exists to kind of balance it out. There's otherwise not much incentive to search for holy. None of your mages who you're going to have site searching are holy. So if you commit holy research or holy people to search for it, eventually you'll find some of these. And in a nation with no income, having some other way to get temples can be really nice. I think that's the thinking behind it. Okay, so we found a temple there. What else? We've got a few battles. So these star spawn, they successfully raided. We took back this empty province from Bandar Log. There was a scout battle. The Grey Knights. I don't know how you get these. I think it was an event where you get lucky and you get them. I'm not sure. But these guys did a fairly good bit of damage. Where is it? This one. I managed to repel them, but they're really good. They've got really high protection. Their encumbrance is bad. That's kind of their only issue. They're stealthy and they're ethereal. And mounted units... Look, he just wrecked my unholy knight. Mounted units' defense is even more valuable. Their defense is pretty high, 18. So an ethereal mounted 18 defense dude is pretty darn good. But we eventually kind of do enough damage to them. And they run. Which means they're probably in this province, because Ryleh has to... there has to be a province that Ryleh's dudes can retreat to. Right now, this is the last one. So, I think I got one more battle to show you. This one. So he took back this province. So basically, if we zoom out, right, there's some minor raiding that's been going on. Right? Asphodel seems to be happily retreated. Oh. Which province was that in? Okay. We had 2 of our dudes die from a disease too. That's the other kind of news. And now we'll talk about kind of strategy going forward. So what do we have here? I got a pretty ridiculously big army. So that's good. These dudes are on sparse line and attack closest, right? And they're just gonna run forward. These dudes are on guard commander, right? That way if I get assassinated. But if you look at it, I'm not bringing a huge army, right? It's only 250 units. And, you know, I've played a few turns ahead, but I'll just say that's gonna be an issue. There's not a big army here, so I'm thinking this is a very safe move. And I'm bringing this dude with all this gear, right? He's got the magic resistance. I'm bringing this dude. Now, as part of this strategy, it's kind of tricky. You have to move these guys separately, because if when they move, actually, do I have to? No, I don't. When I move, I want him by default to sneak. Because if he's not sneaking, and I don't want him to participate in battles because he can be mind dueled, or magic dueled. I want him sneaking only to protect me from mind hunt. And if he's not sneaking, he could be magic dueled in battles, and he could also be assassinated. So that is the thought there. There's a big army here. Not totally sure where it's gonna go. Right now I've got this guy, but I don't really want to send it out yet because I don't have a mage guard for him. So that's unfortunate. And right now, the thing is, when you play against impossible AI, you're really facing endless, just huge hordes of enemy troops. Now, I wreck impossible AI with MA Ermor, as I think you would too if you picked this bless. But you can't take many losses, right? You have to really control your losses. Now, normally I could play like this, and I would... Enemy AI, impossible AI, you're going to have way better outcomes in fights than you will versus humans, because you can see they set up all these counters with banishment communions and things like that the enemy wouldn't do. But similarly, I really have to try to contract. I'm trying to contract. I'm not trying to defend all these territories. I took some land up here, tried to be a little aggressive, was thinking maybe Ryleh will leave me alone, maybe I won't get mind hunted, but I'm kind of retracting. I'm pulling all my dudes back. The only way I'm going to be able to go out again is when I get Dusk Elders. So, yep, this is where we are for this turn. Not too much going on. I'm going to go ahead and pull up next turn. Turn 44. We cast Augury, no new sights. Cast Gnome Lore, we found a site. Earth Blood Seek. This is an Earth 2 site, so this is really good. Unfortunately, it's right here in front of these dudes, which I'm not super excited about. We finally killed these dudes, which I'm more than happy to do. Great Hawks, they get wrecked, but they retreat into this province. Star spawns, these guys are still running around, being annoying. Look at this battle. How about them apples? So we lost 40 chaff units, which I don't even care about, and we killed his pretender. What? I didn't even have... when I saw this, I was like, wait, was there a mistake? What happened? So we're going to watch that battle in a second. Agartha's decided to attack me. Freaking great. Which, by the way, yeah, I was not really expecting that. It wasn't that big of an army. And then he one turn cracks my fort. Right? I think I had kind of disrespected, and I played Agartha a lot. But it's taken me a long time to crack forts with Agartha. And this is a 250 defense fort, which is not bad. And then I've got 300 freaking dudes inside, and he one turn cracks it. It's kind of nuts. If you look at who he's got too, it's 140, which isn't that big. It's Magma Children, which aren't great at sieging. It's Shard Guards, which have a siege bonus of 2. Right, so I don't know, maybe there's 50 Shard Guards we can count. Well, let's just look at the battle. How many Shard Guards? 45, right? And then these guys, they have a bigger siege bonus. I think it's 5. So if these have 2, so it's 100, and these guys have 5. Okay, that's another 100. So that's like a 200 siege bonus, and then plus all of them together. I don't know. Maybe they count as another 250. So these guys would probably be attacking for maybe 400. But I have a repair of, if you look at it, I have a repair at 250. And forget I moved these guys in here. So I don't know. It shouldn't be a one-turn crack. Holy crap. So, anyway, that's frustrating, but whatever. We have an unexpected event. They've breached our fort. Another dude died from disease. So, that is about what we have. Let's watch the battle where we killed the Earth Serpent. Yeah? Okay, so Earthquake. Scary. Look at that. Now when he casts it, it puts him at 200, 200 fatigue. He didn't even Earth Power first? I guess he was thinking... See, that doesn't even make sense. Because I'm not gonna buff my troops, and the only thing I theoretically could put on them is like magic resistance. Like they're not gonna be any better from. So anyway, he should have Earth Powered. If he Earth Powered, he wouldn't have died. So he's really high fatigue, right? His PD's running. We see him sitting there. He's at 165. Whoops. Can I not click on him? He's at 150 now. He's going down in fatigue, as one does when one's recovered from fatigue. Okay, now look at that. Profuse bleeding. This unit bleeds severely and will lose part of its hit points and fatigue every round until the bleeding stops. That is what you want. That is what you want. Because he's knocked out, he's going to lose fatigue faster. Yeah. That was huge. It was really lucky. You don't get profuse bleeding very often. If anybody knows how you get it, like if it's just a special kind of wound, or I don't know how you get it, but I was happy to see it. So, so that was the big deal. In terms of research, we are plucking our way along to Alteration 5, where I can start getting more money again. So that's happening. We had a big battle here. Oh, how did that not come up? Here we go. We have a big battle here. And I will just tell you before this battle ends that the game bugged out, and I have no idea how what happened. Okay. There go the divine blessings. So my little dude, he looks really safe. He's all tucked away here, surrounded by a bunch of dudes on guard commander. Everything looks like it's gonna be good. Is he communioned up? No. Wither bones. So these mages don't have a ton of magic resistance. You can see this shows you what a difference magic resistance makes. So he's still having casualties. Right, so it's still working, but okay. Now you saw that. So let's go through what just happened. I had these guys on hold and attack. They were right around my commander, and I had 10 lictors who are really good on guard commander. But they just got totally swarmed by these dudes with the sun maces that do 3 times damage. Now their attack skill's not great. It's a 15 attack. So versus these dudes, who have 20 defense, there's a high likelihood they dodge a lot of these. However, versus lictors only have 14 defense. So ideally, I want my little knights fighting these dudes. My lictors, I don't want so much. So I think versus Nazca going forward, I've got to really look at having my knights back here too. I don't know exactly how that will work, but we'll see. Okay, we'll keep going. So my dudes look like they start running back and then they run forward. That was kind of weird. Witherbone's still going. So much damage from their mages. So it's got these big heavy mage armies. One thing you can see though is that, and this was a huge army of mine. This is probably as many sacreds as I've put together and gotten in battle. He killed my archbishop, by the way. I've lost so many archbishops. Okay, now we get in. We're killing a lot of his mages. We get tons of his mages. Look at that. Just wrecking. What's gonna happen soon is he's got all these dudes in the back. They're gonna kill my, there they go. See, I routed because they killed my, my commander. I think yeah. My dudes are just gonna, yeah. So what's weird is my dudes are gonna fall apart here. So I lost, right? I lost this battle in Robber Home. But I have it. I have it, and I have items from my dude. I have no idea what happened. No idea. How I won the battle is beyond me. Somebody out there is smart enough and they know, or they know what bug it is. So we got some awesome items, which, by the way, this is a hard game. I'll take it. Death magic and earth bloodstone. In fact, I lost some items. You know, I had a smasher and a shield, and the ring of warning. So those are gone. But I got a bloodstone. Like, that's huge. That's so huge. That's not an item I'd be able to, a booster I'd be able to forge myself. This is, but I'm never going to spend death gems on it, so it's really nice to have. Yeah, damn yeah. Well, I mean, not damn yeah, I lost my bishop, but, you know, Nazca got gypped here. One thing too, and this is again a reminder if you're fighting Nazca, it looks like he didn't lose a lot of priests. He lost probably almost all these. And he lost a ton of these, but not all of them. These, I think he didn't lose many of. I think most of these retreated. But the mummies are actually really expensive. So, Burden of Time, if we look at it, I've got it up. It's gonna make everyone in the world become older, and it's gonna make the world become more desolate, and basically population's gonna go away. So there's two effects. The getting older part, not a huge deal for Nazca. Some of his dudes are not super young, but once they mummify, they're immune to age. So all these dudes who got turned into mummies, you know, they're going to be hanging around, and they're not going to be affected by Burden of Time. However, they're really expensive, and the fact that all these provinces are getting depopulated is going to make his economy horrible. So I can't see it right now. I mean, my economy is horrible, but his economy will be equally horrible. He's probably close to having his upkeep equal his income. So that makes, relatively, right, when your upkeep equals your income, any loss you take is so big because you can't replace it. Whereas my losses, they were really bad, but I can replace them. So Agartha's sitting on top of here. They one turn cracked my fort. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to break siege, because here's something you should know. If you're inside a fort and you lose the battle, or you retreat from the battle, if you're inside a fort and you try to retreat, your guys die. It's like fleeing from an assassination. So you don't want to do that. What you can do is you can attack. And if you attack and you retreat from your attack, you'll attack outside the fort. And then when you retreat, you run away from outside the fort. So my dudes will run here, and they're going to run here. Because these two priests can't walk across water. You see it's a little blue water pathway. So we're going to do that. We're going to leave one priest inside so that the 250 zombies in here do something. The other thing is, you know, to hell with these dudes. Let's go attack, you know. We're going to attack this province. We're going to attack this province. We're going to attack this province. I need to get my dudes out. I don't have a good way to get these guys out, right? Like, I could maybe send this guy here, and maybe I would get it. There's probably no way. The other thing is he's going to attack with a bunch of mages and stuff. These guys are dead. Now, do I want to say that my 50 sacred units are dead? Because that's a huge amount. Like, if you look at turns of production, that represents like 5 turns of the game for me in terms of production, or 4 turns. So don't want to see that go, but hey, sorry guys. We're also going to be expanding out, conquering a bunch of provinces back. Looks like I killed Set Yig. I didn't think there's a big army here. It looks like I might be able to raid this. If I can't, then okay, I lose this dude, right? But if I do, like, even if it's a 50% chance of taking this, right, for the chance at 100 income for 1 or 2 turns, I'll take it. So these guys are moving back. I probably actually, yeah. I want to keep my gear off of this dude. While we're out here, we're likely to be mind hunted or assassinated. So I keep it on my Dusk Elder. So that is that. We are contracting. We're pulling these dudes back. We are making more Dusk Elders, because I need Dusk Elders to go with my armies now to hide behind them and prevent mind hunts. We are 2 turns away, I think, from Alteration 5. So we're finishing that. The fact that Agartha has attacked me means this army may or may not come out. So, yeah, we're not really looking to put anybody right here. And I'll be honest, this is nasty. There's, you know, I'm not saying I did anything wrong, but these Great Olms, they Mind Blast. And if you get a critical mass of them, if you get enough of them, they are going to absolutely crush your opponent. So like in this case in particular, I have not been defending. I mean, I have not been attacking them, whittling down trading forces, right? So when they come in and attack, they're going to bring 120 or 140 mind burners. And they're not going to target but a select few of my troops, including my commanders. So my commanders definitely need magic resistance. In fact, I need to figure out a way to get them more. So, yeah, it's going to be a deal. Not totally sure how it's going to go if they run out and attack me. And the undead are going to... This is really weak. They could attack here because I've got nothing. I would like to launch an army down here. Now, the good thing is, when I was attacking Bandarlog may have been the wrong target. But they were doing so much damage, I had to kind of shut them down. And their mages are a much bigger threat to me with the communion, banishment, and all that. So I kind of had to attack them and like try to invade and try to do maximum damage. But if I had my dithers, I would have come into the caves and taken these guys. Which is something I need to look to do now. So the good thing is armies I send up here need to have a lot of... so they need to have Dusk Elders behind them, and then they need a lot of Lictors, because the Lictors have to act as bodyguards in addition to their other roles. Here, I can send... Well... Yeah, I can send the Knights. Actually, the item I really need to send somebody underground is probably a Ring of Levitation for my main dudes so they don't get nailed by Earthquake. Or I could just do a Sacred Shroud, depending, because then the Earthquake won't have as big of an effect. They'll be regenerating and all that. But yeah, so it's probably going to be a low... The problem is all my armies now really need to be low chaff. As we saw here in this battle, these guys are reasonable. That's reasonably resistant. They have very low HP to start with. I don't know if I can find somebody who didn't get hit at all. They have like 5 HP to start with. I can't really show you here. So 5 HP. This guy didn't get hit. Basically, got hit by 1. So the thing is, for Earthquake, it's a defense roll. Yeah, it's a defense roll and does 8 damage. So it's actually good at killing these guys because 8 damage will kill them, but it's a defense roll and these guys have pretty good defense and they're pretty good protection, and both those help with Earthquake. So if we look at the total damage done in that battle, it was... I lost like a third of my dudes, maybe a little more. Underground Earthquake has a different effect. Underground Earthquake does more damage because the cave walls fall. So that's another good thing, and I don't think I'd thought about that before. But I'm gonna make sure I try to put a helmet, which fortunately I have a ton of fire gems, and I can make a fire helmet real cheap. Put it on my whichever archbishop I send down there. And also, if you're floating or flying in a cave, it actually does not help against Earthquake, or not against the walls falling. So we'll see. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, I think, to go down there. The whole thing's a pain in the ass. So if you look at it now, Agartha's attacked me. I'm at war with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nations. So it is... I mean, Agartha had attacked me before, but now I'm really at war with 5. Like, any of these 5 nations will send all their troops at me. And, yeah. It's hard. Especially if it was conventional battles, it might be okay, but it's so many different things I have to counter, and it's so hard to counter things with MA Ermor, because you have no research flexibility. Okay, so in terms of objectives, we're expanding out, we're counter-raiding, we're counter-raiding with shit troops, right? So I'm not sending any good troops out. We're bringing my guys out of the fort, trying to get my priests out. We are starting to recollect. Oh. Yawn, sorry. we're starting to recollect and build a big army. We're going to be getting these boosters back to base. We're 2 turns away from getting our research, and that's about it. So I'll see you guys next time.